Hey y'all, it's Susie, and today we are going to do another portion of my collection that I started seeing after watching multiple other people talking about their makeup brushes. That is something I really desperately need to go through. I have way more brushes. Hang on, because I am quite sure I could probably peel out makeup brushes by many stretches of, let's see if I can do this from here as well, because realistically I also have my makeup brushes up there. So yeah, and I will add to say I buy a lot of makeup brushes just to try them, and in the same sense get rid of other ones, because most of my makeup brushes started out through subscriptions, through like that Morphe, the Morphe makeup subscription that we had. And I've gotten rid of most of the makeup subscriptions from Morphe, but a lot of these are from Ipsy and BoxyCharm or Revolution. It's just I picked up makeup brushes everywhere because I like trying new brushes to find brushes I love. Having said all that, I have far, far, far too many. And I've actually gotten rid of makeup brushes probably 3 or 4 times within the last couple of probably month, or not month, probably the last year or so. So I've already gotten rid of quite a few makeup brushes, by a lot, but they were very quick, just grab them all up and throw them away. This one, I'm going to actually get into each and every one and decide if I use it, why I use it, how I use it, and all those things. We're going to start with the face brushes, and then we'll go into the eye brushes. So it may get cut up into a couple of episodes. So we'll see from there. All right, let's get started on our face brushes. Okay, so we're going to start these brushes as my testing brushes. These are all cheap brushes, sets that I ordered off of various websites. I ordered these three right here are all Mang brushes. And the Mang brushes are all were the big TikTok brushes that everybody was going bananas over. That's what these right here are, is those big TikTok brushes. Now, I have these two of TikTok, and then I have these ones. And these two, just to start out, we'll start with here. These are also Mang. These are also Mang. These were bought off of, these are bought off of, these bought off of Amazon. This was bought off of TikTok, and these are bought off of TikTok. And these two, which are the same, let me find it here. Well, I mean, we can go like this. So these, that is not the correct one. Where's it at? Right here. There we go. So these are the exact same brushes in this set, but they're very different brushes, as you can see. All right. So this is going to get a little bit complex for me, but I bought these two off of I bought these two off of Amazon some time back because I really liked the thought of two dual side brushes, and they were really good functional brushes for me. And this was before I even got into TikTok. I'd never shopped anything off of TikTok ever, and whatnot. So whenever I saw this, where's it at? This one and this one, I seen these two. I was like, wait a minute, those look exactly like brushes I have. And so I went and I found these, and these two are the exact brushes in this selection. Now, these brushes that I bought from Amazon are amazing. These are really great brushes. They're kind of dirty right now. They've been hanging up on my wall. I use them and then put them up there, and I really haven't washed them yet, but both of these, they are really good cut brushes. They didn't have a lot of, like, they didn't have any really fuzz that needed to be trimmed off. Again, cheap brushes, but they were really great, and they did a great job, and I really love these. So whenever I found out that, I was like, oh my God, I've got to get these other mange brushes. And I seen them, this exact set right here, this exact set is and can be found on Amazon. This entire set is about, oh, and there's more. Just as a side note, let me find them right here. Because we're not doing them as sets. But having said that, here we go. These brushes are all that went with the red brushes. And then with these ones came these hand brushes. We will dig into these when we get to the hand side of it, because right now we're just going to do with the face. But in this collection here, along with all of these was a big set, and the red ones were a part of, this is 2 sets here of the reds, and the hand ones. So those are 2 different red ones, and this is 1 set all together with these ones. All right, now I'm going to scoop these up so I can better reach those other ones. So these are the other duration of these. These are the good ones that I bought from Amazon. I'm really, really, really happy with these. However, these that I got off of TikTok, they're not good at all. I mean, you can literally see where so many bits and baubles are just really messed up on this. And I've washed them. I've tried taking care of them. There's a couple of decent ones, but I had to trim. I mean, if you see, look how janky that is. That's not because it's washed. That's just how they are. They're just very miscut by a lot. And I understand, I read that they sold over 2 million sets in a very small point of time because TikTok set it up. And I feel like, this is my opinion. My opinion is that those gold ones were the earlier ones before they got real huge and started selling big. So they were paying more attention to details. And this, I feel like either I got a bad batch or they just didn't come through all that great. But I do have a couple of points on this one. So anyways, in general, all of these, I'm not super enthused with. I will kind of use them, but to be honest, more than likely, they will probably end up just making their way to be to be decluttered. This one wasn't so bad. It's got a bunch of little hairs down here. Has a bunch of hairs down there, and it had a bunch of them up here. But for the most part, this one is mostly cut pretty good. And this is a really great one. I'm thinking about buying this one in the gold series, so that way I can have it, because I really like this brush. This one kind of does the same as the other one, but it's got very bad cuts. I mean, very, very, very bad cuts. And it just makes using them pretty problematic. So I'm not in love with this one. They'll often sit up there, but for the most part, I don't use those a ton. However, I don't feel like it's just horrible branding at all. I either got a very bad batch of them, or they were just in such a rush to get to all of the orders that a lot of stuff started getting cut corners. My opinion, that's all this is. And as a result, their quality dropped just so they could meet the sales. Now, that brings me next to these ones, which I bought these off of Amazon. And I bought these off of Amazon way before I bought the TikTok ones. It was after my gold ones, and I really, really, really enjoyed those. So I bought this set, and there is some dirtiness because I needed to clean the dust a little bit. But these, I think, are just as good as the gold ones. They are cut really well. They're very well cut. They're good brushes. Most of these are not part of my typical use of brushes. For the most part, these are just more often not brushes I will use a lot. My brushes are probably pretty dirty right now. We've had the windows open, but they're pretty dusty, but they're very good brushes. They're great quality. They're good brushes. Their cut is amazing, which is again why I just don't know why the other cut was so bad. But these are good ones, and I do keep these, and I use these pretty regularly whenever I'm, you know, reaching for some of my tried brushes. And this set of mange are not bad at all. There is singles to this too amongst the others. They're okay, but they're more basic. They're more, I'm not as in love with them. Not because they're not good cut, not because they're not good quality. They just don't have a whole lot of use to me for most parts. So these ones are pretty good. And I'm going to keep these because I will keep testing these for a little bit longer. Now the final little test of mange is, again, more makeup brushes. These are made to look like the BK Beauties. And I was like, well, I want some BK Beauties. I really do. But they're kind of expensive. That's a lot to spend on brushes, and the amount of brushes I have, do I really need to buy new brushes? So I bought these off of TikTok, and some of these have pretty rushed quality also. I wouldn't go so far as to say they're as bad as the hourglass looking brown ones, but they're also not as good. They are, I mean, look at this right here. Can you see that? Look, there is a hair. I don't know how to get it right here, but there is a hair right there in the middle, just out here today's. That's it. There it went. But yeah, so they've not been as attention to details. Now, had the hourglass looking ones been as good as this, I'd have been like, okay, you know, that's doable. So that's why I'm not upset with this set. I'm just not completely convinced that I don't need BK Beauty brushes, just more convinced that these are okay. I would buy them. I would use them. They're not bad at all. They've got pretty decent cuts for the most part. There's just a couple of them that's kind of rushed through. But for the most part, I really think these are really great brushes. Now, this is some Miss and Baubles. And that is, these are ones that really don't have no real big like purpose or anything. They're just part of my collection. Oh, and this is also on the as you can see, it's kind of having a hard time because I'm trying to get things lit up without blinding us, but this one you can see is very badly cut right through there. You can see it dip down. It dips really bad, and it's just not that great. And this is the brown mange set. So, and again, it's just not one that I'm just over the moon happy with. I have thought about rebuying them, but not right now, not when everybody's all, you know, TikTok crazy over them. So maybe when they get to a more smaller mindset. I know on TikTok, you can get these for like this entire set for like less than 20 bucks, which is amazing. There just isn't no better than that. But on the Amazon, you have to pay, it's like $50 for the face brushes and then individually for the other ones. Now, these two, I have come across a brand that I have found on Amazon for, it's been a while that I've been using them. I'll show them as we go. But I have found some DU, let me see if I can get there. DU Cares. That's all I can think of. Do care, something like that. And these are just, they are so soft. They're perfectly cut. They're beautiful brushes. I love them. I don't like how small they are, but these make great for just traveling. Like I can toss them in my purse. I've got a great brush. They're both very, very, very dense. They're both very dense. This one is a little bit less, but not by much. This one is very, very dense. But these are just great brushes that I love them, and I keep them on standby because I will use them whenever I'm going out and about with my little brushes. This one is, who is this one? Is this, which one is this one? I'm thinking this might be a elf, but I don't see a name anywhere. To be honest, I don't even know where this one come from. I remember getting it, but not immediately remember getting it. But it's just it's a retractable brush. Again, it's good for traveling, but I really don't know. The more I think about it, I think it's great. It is great to, I feel like it's great to have, and it is super soft. So whichever one this one is, it is super soft. I don't want to get rid of it just because it is a really great travel brush, but I don't know that I need it. So we'll see. I'm saying probably keeping it, but we'll see. This one is a Tarte brush. It's a Tarte face brush. I'm guessing it come with some set that I bought. I don't know that it came with an eye brush set because it has both like the blush brush and then the, I always think of this as like a foundation and a concealer, but I know that's not what it is. But so that's this one. I keep it just because I like having these disposable or these dual-ended brushes. When it's going to traveling, it's always nice to have those, and I don't want to have spent a ton of money on them. That way, whenever I'm getting rid of them or I'm, out and about, if I lose one of them, then I'm not going to be heartbroken. This would be the only exception. This one is my Minnie Mouse one, and I don't know where my rest of my brushes come from this one. It's supposed to be somewhere. And then this one is one that we got from one of the Ipsy's BoxyCharms Persona. And I'm not madly in love with this. I feel like it's really weird shape. It's, when you're using this one, it's right there. Like you're right at the handle of it. So you're, I don't know. It just, I feel like it's a very weird shape. But I'm going to use it because I'll use it for traveling. But, and then this is also, this is the dual-ended complexion brush. And this one is a pretty good one. It's pretty dirty because I need to wash it. But this is a really great one for this side. And I'm not as in love with this side. I guess maybe I just don't understand the concept of it. That it's just really dense. And I would much rather this side over here like be this side. I'd rather it be like this side on one side and this side's fine or whatever on the other. I would just rather it be something a little bit more relevant to me. So I don't use this one as much. So again, it's another one that I will use it, but how often, I don't know. So it's, to be honest, I'm probably going to put it in the maybe pass pile. I'm not sure. We'll have to, okay, there we go. So, yeah, these are not really the pass piles. These are the keep and travel piles. But I did want to put them out there because they are a big part of the collection. All right, and these are sets by brands that I won't get rid of. They're just, this is my Sydney Grace cheek products, and the eye products are somewhere elsewhere. And then these are my Refer brushes, which again, I won't get rid of. I've got this one this last year from Sony G, and it's a big old blush brush. I would declutter this in all certainty because I'm not a big blush brush person, but this is super thick And I feel like this one I would probably realistically use. So I'm going to keep this one also. But on my rougher brushes, these are just recently cleaned, so they've got to dry out. But this one is the 04, which is a good little, kind of like a little bit of an angled brush. All right, and then we have the 24, which is just a big bulky, it's a big bulky, pretty dense cheek brush. I feel like it would be good for cream products. I like using it to pack on some lighter shade bronzers. I use it to kind of pack those ones on. So that one's a really good one for that for me, but it has multiple uses. And then this one is the 30, and I've not had this one super long. I'm still trying to find out exactly what I like about this one. I like that it's pretty bulky and here, like it's just don't, and it ends. And it's pretty soft, but it's got some denseness in there too. So that's one I've still got to figure out and use. And then the final one, and this one, this one's my baby. It's dirty right now. It needs to be cleaned, I'm sure. But I use this one a lot to help put on primer. It's such a very dense brush. It is a very, very dense brush. But I really love this brush. It is great for just putting on powder. So I keep that one. And I could have swore, I'm not even joking, I am sure that I have got way more of Sydney Grace's cheap products somewhere amongst the Declutter. I'm just not sure where. So we'll get to it as we get to it. But just in general, my Sydney Grace's will not be, they won't go anywhere. Blush brush, and I do like that. I like how I can get it in there, and then I can really buff it in with the thickness. So I really enjoy this one too. I do have several of these, so I will be getting several of these away. And I have several of these that I do know I'll be getting rid of some of those this way. So these are the ones that are not on the chopping block at all. All right, so these are the domed brushes. And to be honest, I really do enjoy the dome brushes. But the truth is, I don't use them a ton. I just like how they look. I think they look good, but they need to be where you can... And this is so dense. Like if I'm using this, it is going to pack it on right there on top. It's just going to pack it right here. And everything else is just... And I don't need that many of them. This is another one that I've had that it's pretty, it's not as dense. I kind of like the not as dense. And this is one of my Refer brushes. I do not have very many of those. I kept it because it was it's literally the smallest one. So I really don't want to get rid of the smallest one of these that I have, because you should have one of everything. That's how my brain works. In every aspect, I should have at least one of everything. So I don't have this one, and it is pretty dense. So I'm going to keep this one. And as far as this is a new one, so I'm keeping it even though I haven't completely sold on it. It's that tapered powder brush from Lithe or whatever. So I just want to keep it to test it out a few times to see how I feel about it. To be honest, it doesn't feel that bad. It's pretty soft, to be honest. Oh, that one still feels a little bit soft. Dense, soft. I think I'm going to put this one off to the side. I think I'm going to get rid of this one. And I'm going to hold on to this one because this one might be a good one for it. So we're going to keep these two. And now this one is what is this one called? I've gotten tons of these. LaRousse. It's a tapered face. And that one is pretty soft too. That one is really soft. That one's more dense, I think. Okay. See, I'm going to stay here all day, and I'm going to play with these because I like how the pushy feels. All right, we're going to go in big and say that this one is much thicker and this one. So those two are pretty thick, and this one is a thinner one. So I'm going to keep this one. Oh, wait, did I say I was getting rid of this one for this? No, it's the other one. Let's see. Yeah, that's going to be close enough to that one, I think. And then on these, we'll pick one of these. I really like how dense this one is. I don't know that I need it to be dense. I think I just like it to be dense. But when I do this, it literally just cups right there where it needs to be. I'm going to keep them both. I'm going to keep them both, and I'll do a test run and see which one I like better. And then after that, I'll pick one and get rid of one. So that's what I'll do with those ones. Well, I literally only got rid of 2 brushes, but hey, it's a thing. These ones are very hard for me to get rid of because I really like they're very angled. They're very angled brushes right here, and it just angles up. And I like how that, because whenever I'm using them for any kind of cream product, it hits it just the way it needs to hit. It hits it just like that. Not up, not down. It hits it right there where it needs to be. So I really like that one. And this one I've had, it's an e.l.f. one. This one is actually the sister to this one, and I'm pretty sure I have an entire collection, Beauty for Real. I'm pretty sure I've had an entire collection from them. And that was one of, they were some of my favorite brushes a long time ago, but as time went on, they quickly became less of my favorite brushes. And they're okay brushes, they're good brushes, but they're not the ones I like. But I like that one, it's a good one. This one is e.l.f. I'm pretty sure I've had this since I began makeup in 2020. So, but it is such a good one. I don't know that I'm really going to get rid of any of these because I do like how good they hit. And this one, again, is another Morphe one, which you're not going to find those too often in my collection. But with how that angles, I think I am going to keep all 3 of those because, you know, I'm not doing a great job of getting rid of my makeup. There will be a change. There will be a change. And I will probably, like I said, I will look through these. I'll go through these, and now I'll look at them with the mindset of the one I'm using now, do I need it? So, and I may, like, day 1 use this one on the brush, and day 2 use this one on the brush. And I may decide, you know what, I didn't need this one at all, and maybe I needed a new one, or maybe I didn't need either one of them, and instead I wanted to use the white one. So I'll figure all that out. Now, these 2 are also part of the collection, and I used them, and I kept them for so long just because they were so pretty, and they were some of the softest brushes that I had got. And I don't really use them much. This one's got a pretty good, to be honest, they both have a very steepled, they're both very, my brain is not calling it. It's angled. There we go. It's very angled. This one's not quite as strong, but it is a pretty angled brush when you look straight at it. And this one is a little bit smaller of the same thing. Now, having said that, this one is, that one's a lot thicker. But, and I don't need a ton of these. I think a couple would be fine. I wash my brushes pretty regularly. My eye brushes, I wash every single time I use them. The cheek brushes, I will let those go for a few days, and then I'll wash them. Okay, that one's a good one too. I like that one too. Okay, this one's less dense, but isn't that a good thing? See? And I love these complex culture brushes. They're so good. And see, this is where I'm so bad. Because realistically, I would keep all 3 of these, or all of these, and just get rid of this one. I don't even know what this little one's for. I'm sure it's something I should keep it, but I don't see me ever needing that. So I'm going to put that one over there. This one I will not get rid of. I don't even remember where I got this minted brush from. I don't even remember where I got it or who it was. But this is hands down one of my all-time favorite brushes. And I love how thick and bulky it is. And it is also angled. So it's bulky, it's angled, and it's very, very dense. And this thing is amazing for me for putting on some bronzer and stuff. And doing around the doing around the face and everything. This is just absolutely perfect for that. So this one, I will never ever get rid of that one. That one's a great one. All right, so I'm going to wear this down. We're going to find one good one that is pretty dense. That's a pretty dense one. And that's pretty... That one is definitely more dense. So, you know what? I'm going to get rid of this one. I'm going to get rid of that one. I am going to keep this one because I feel like this one is a really good one. And I want to keep that. And as far as the less dense one, I do feel like this one is going to be good. So I am going to go ahead and keep that one. So that means I have to get rid of one of these. And I'm going to get rid of the gold one. And then I'm going to keep the bigger one. So, well, that's pretty good. I've got rid of two there. We're making progress. It's progress. That's what it is. It's progress and how we make things change. Trust me, there's going to be a big one coming up that I can't make any. All right, so now it's going to be some changes because this right here, I feel like is an addiction that I don't know I have, but I do have. I started out looking for stipple brushes way back in the day. I was constantly looking for stipple brushes. And the only ones I could find at the time was the e.l.f. one. So I bought this one thinking it was a full-size stipple brush. And it's this little bitty rinky-dink one. And I was like, that's not going to work. I'll buy the bigger one. So I bought a bigger one that was not any bigger than this one. And I was like, okay, now this, and it's dirty. It is so dirty because I was trying it out. And this one's Morphe. This is Morphe. That's how I got this one. This one's e.l.f. This one's Morphe because I thought it'd be bigger. And then the e.l.f. one. And this one was bigger. And that's great. I don't like stipple brushes. I don't even know. I don't even know why I needed it. I don't know why I needed it. I don't know what I wanted from it. Here's another one. It's another stipple brush. What am I going to... Why? I don't even know, okay? But somehow or another, I wanted these, and somehow I ended up with all of these. And I don't know that I want a stipple brush. This one would probably be okay, but I don't think I want it. And I don't think I want this one. I will keep the black one because for all the wrong reasons, it's part of... my makeup brushes, and I want to keep my Real Techniques one because I feel like it would be a good one. I have an entire section of these over there, so realistically I could keep that one, and I would probably keep this one because of how big it is, and I don't have a big one that size, which means I could get rid of this one, right? Yeah, I can get rid of that one. So I will keep these three, and I'm going to get rid of these ones. And I have no idea why I had such a big obsession with finding stipple brushes, but I was, and I found them, and I found all of them, so I'm just going to keep these three. All right, so I have a lot of brushes, of like regular makeup brushes. Whoops, didn't mean to hit it, sorry. And again, this is the gold one. This is one of the gold ones that I kept because it was a series. These are e.l.f. ones that I loved because they were e.l.f. This is the black steeple one over there because I will keep this one. I I don't even know how these go. But we will say right out the gate, these three right here are my favorite all over blushes. I love these blushes. I bought 3 of them because I did not want to run out of them. So I have all 3 of them right here. And I will keep all 3 of those. So those will for sure be kept. Now, alrighty, let's see. This is a BH Cosmetics from way back in the day, and I've used it, but I don't really love how they work anymore. So I think I'm going to pick through and just get rid of these. I mean, I do love how soft and floofy it is, but or let me rephrase that. How soft and floofy it was, but it isn't anymore. So that's going to definitely be gotten rid of. All right. So these 2, I bought these from Ipsy because I was like, oh, those are going to be amazing brushes. They're going to be great for like putting on blush, and I'm not a fan of these at all. Alginist, I don't even know what that is, but they are not, I'm not a huge fan of these at all, so those are going to go. And this one is another one that I thought it would be fun and cute. It was on Ipsy. I believe I have another one over there somewhere that I'll flip her this way too, but I don't want to keep that one either. Now, this is considered, it is a, let's find it here. It is a airbrush stipple. It is an airbrush stipple, and it's from Ipsy, or from Elf. Ipsy. It's from Elf. I don't think I want that. I don't see any reason why I'd need that. And another one, I do want a smaller brush. This is another one that I got from that same Alginist. Yeah, we're getting rid of that one too. The same one we got rid of from that Alginist. This is the other series, the other one and the one over there that I wanted to keep. So this one I'm definitely keeping. And there's 2 big fat floof brushes, technically 3. There's 2 big fat floof brushes that I definitely keep, and it's my Elf one and the Complex Culture, and I won't get rid of those. Both of those are really great brushes. I've had them for a very long time, so I will keep up with those. Now, this one it's like a big kabuki brush. It is a huge kabuki brush. But I think it was a Real Technique, if I'm not mistaken. It says it's a bronzer, but man, that is a bronzer for days. I will say that when you have quite a bit of powder on your face, this is great for just kicking it off. And I'm talking like it gets rid of all the extra bits and bobbles. So I'm going to keep that one. I feel like I'm not doing that great of a job. Seriously, because I don't even think we've gotten to a few of the bits and bobbles. So this is a great one. It's the Perfect 10. But I think, hang on. Oh, I do like that one a lot better. Oh, actually, I think I got rid of, hang on. Oh, I do like that one too. And I'm definitely keeping that one. I did want to keep a small one, but I mean, that would be a small one. This is a little bit bigger. All right, between these 2. We're going to get rid of this one. We'll keep the MIA. We'll keep that one. And then we'll keep this one and this one. Do I need it? I don't think I need it. As much as I want to keep it, I don't think I need it. Ah, man. I'm going to end up keeping it because I just... What should I do? Okay, I'm gonna put it over here. I'm gonna put it over there because I'm gonna get rid of it. That's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna put it up, and I'm not gonna look at it, and we're not gonna look at it again. And that's what we're gonna do. We're just not gonna look at it again. And I'm telling you, makeup brushes are such an addiction because I just love certain ones because they feel so good on my skin. This one, I'm just not a huge fan of. It's a great little brush. It is a great little brush. And I do like a good little brush. But, I wasn't a fan of those. I do want a good little brush. And I don't think I grabbed one that I really loved. Oh, I got some more over there. I got an idea. We're going to put these over here to be. All right. These are my bits and bobbles. This one is, it's a J-Cat that come with something. I don't even remember how I got all of this. I think it was something. Anyways, it's broke. I have never used this. It's going to the trash. All right. These two, not this one, this one, this one, this one, not that one. All right. These are really great highlighter brushes, and I'm not going to get rid of any of them. I really like using them all. No, do I need them all? I don't need them all, do I? I'm going to get rid of that one. I do like this one, and it goes with the other black set that I kept, so I'd like that. And this is my Sigma. And this was actually more dense. It actually is more, I usually use it more in these terms for these three than I do for others. So, I do like that one. And I do like that one and that one. So we're going to keep these three. We're going to keep those three. I don't technically need them, but we've got small, medium, large. So it works for me that way. I am sure that this is some kind of foundation application, something or another. I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to put it away though. I'm not going to have it out. I don't want to get rid of it because I've never really used one, so I don't want to get rid of it. But I want to put it off to the side because I'm not going to use it. So this one's going to get put away, but not gotten rid of. These two are both very dense, and I'm telling you, I am 100% positive that I have other brushes over here that I'm gonna have to go through, and they're not over here with this one. So yeah. This is another Morphe one, and it is very densely packed, but I really don't know. Like it's far too straight on to do much of anything, except for to really just pack it in. So what is really great for being packed in? And I really can't think of anything right off the top of my head that is just going to be like, yes, I want that. So I think for both of these, I'm going to just putting them off to the side because I am positive that I have a single shade of Sydney Grace's somewhere that will fit in with this really great. And I don't know which one it is, but I'm sure it's one of them. Now these three are all three great brushes, and man, I'm going to keep them. All three of them. I'm keeping them. All right, we're probably going to be doing bad here too because I have two of these, and I know I realistically don't need them, but I do like using these for being very dense on highlighters. I like to use these to just put some very dense highlight down, and that's what I use these two for. So I'm going to keep that. This one is very soft, so I'm going to keep this one. I feel like that would come in handy for something. I don't know what. This is also one that I've used quite a bit to just like pack on foundation, or to pack on stuff for highlighters or anything like that. So I'm going to keep that one. Again, this one is going to be kept because it's my Refer brush. So I keep that one. I'm going to get rid of this one. It's actually small. Actually, it is a lot small. It's very much like, it's very much like this brush of, oh, now which one do I like? I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that one. I'm going to keep the refer. And these two I keep because I use them to, this one will help to pack down under my eye a little bit. And this one I use to pack down on top of my eye for eyeshadow primer. So that's what those ones are for. All right, so this is another problem area for me. And these are my very dense kabuki slash complexion slash XYZ. So, again, this is the BH Cosmetics. And again, I'm not as enthralled with how soft they are, so we will get rid of that one really quick. All right. Another one, I've had this one, and again, it's a lot like this one. And it has the top and the bottom. And I don't like this bottom at all. It is always in the way. Look at it. It's like very jankety. And even when you push it down, it goes straight up. And it's just not great. So I'm going to just go ahead and get rid of that one. I'm going to keep this one up. All right. Now, I have several brushes. I do have those small ones that I still have to do. Those should be fairly quick. I could do those really quick. But this, you can see this one is getting a little bit frayed over in here and whatnot. I've had this thing for, look at that. Oh my goodness. We just lost hairs. So I may be losing this one soon because it is a very cheap brush. I think it was called an Energy. I did see that DU Care also has a set just like these that actually have DU Care on them. But I have used these for so long because they're great. They're slightly stippled. Let's see. You can tell it's slightly stippled, just like that. And it's great for foundation. However, if we're going to be really honest about that, if we're talking about this right here, I have this one. 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 No, that's a different one. That's actually a different one. And I have this one. So realistically, in the same sense that I have this one, which I'm going to go ahead and get rid of, which is a shock. I didn't think I was going to get rid of that. I know that's silly, but I've used that thing forever. I have all of these. Now, all of these, this is my e.l.f. one. I have used this since 2020, and that thing is still, I mean, she is a champ. I love this thing so much. So I'm definitely keeping that one. That one is a great one. I'm not getting rid of it. And then this is my Makeup Geek one. I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit miscombobbled sometimes. It sometimes feels a little bit miscombobbled when I'm using it and stuff. Like, it's just very weird. But I love the brush. I use this a lot. So I'm going to keep this one as well. And we're going to probably, because I use this one for bronzer, so I'm not going to get rid of this one. Even though it's the same thing, it's like for your face. I use it for the Petty bronzer. That's why I have like this, is that I can use that. So I'm going to keep that one. And I don't think I need this one. I think I'm going to get rid of that one. I don't think I need it. And this one actually goes with a foundation that I have, so I'm going to keep it, but it goes with that. Now, I now have these three, which are the flat kabuki brushes that are, you know, dusty as all hell. And those and this one and these three all go together on that same sense of things. This one is a BH Cosmetics, and it's a great one, so I'm not getting rid of this. I'm going to be a bit of a hoarder for some of these because I love these brushes, so I'm going to keep the ones that are really great. So I'm definitely keeping that one. I really don't care to keep this one. It's a fairly new Revelation Beauty. And I have that pink one, I think, that I'm getting rid of, too. I'm just not a fan of them. I'm just not a fan. So I'm going to get rid of that one. This is DU Care. I've had these for a good little while, and they are great for putting some very dense foundation. That's what I love those for. To be honest, I think... That's so dirty. Oh my God, I need to stick these over here and clean them. Oh, do I really want to keep these, or do I just want to get rid of them? These are Eco Beauty. I'm going to set these off to the side. I'm going to set these over here. Okay, we're going to set those over there with the potentially going to get rid of. And I had bought 2 of these, and I had bought 2 of these from the Makeup Geek. And my daughter stole one of these off of me, so I've only got 1. But I do have 2 of these, and as you can see, this one gets used much less. I just didn't get, I don't think I got all the soap out of this little one. And then this one's the one I use more. So I am going to keep them both because I really enjoy them both. But I will probably tuck this one off to the side for later and then just keep this one out. And then this one is also Complex Culture. And it has a great ideal. Like, you can really get in there. You can really get in there and just, like, pack it in. But in all reality, I just don't like how it feels. I don't want to jam this into my eye. It's way too hard. It's way too... so I don't like that. So I'm going to just go ahead and get rid of that one. All right, so we're keeping 12 of the little hand brushes. And we are keeping 41 of the hand brushes. Like, these are the face brushes. So 12 of the little hand brushes, and then 41 of these is what we're keeping. And right here we have 35 that we're getting rid of. There is other numbers. So this is just those ones. This isn't counting any of my sets. My sets, I'm not dead set on keeping them. I will probably just kind of weed them out and then kind of add them in, because the mange is mainly the ones I'm working on. I do have the mange and Jessup. I've got a Jessup sets that I've been trying to test on everything. Also, that will be in the hand brushes or the face brushes. So those will be done for that. So just with these ones up here that's on my daily desk, daily use, we are keeping 41 and we are getting rid of 30, whatever number I just said right there. That's what we're getting rid of. So, which is pretty good. I'm okay with that. It was close to half. And I may have gotten quicker if I would have done a little more cutting in this range. But for now, this is our starting with. And then as I go through them, I am going to work towards narrowing this down more. This is quite a bit of extra face brushes that I don't need. I don't need all of these. So I want to get through the ones that I really do want to keep and use, and then kind of weed out the other ones. All right, guys, so that is this one for this one. Let me know if you have any of these that are your favorites that you're like, oh, I really love those, or you're like, ooh, I was going to buy that, but I think I'm going to wait. None of these are really gross, nasty, brushes. They all have their own thing. Even the Revlon brushes, I'm not in love with them, but they're soft. They're nice. It's just they're not my thing. And just most of them, for the most part, are pretty good. I just don't need this many of them. So, all right, guys, this is going to be the end of the face brushes. And I'm going to stop recording. My daughter will probably be home soon. So I may get to be able to finish recording this later after her and her boyfriend leave the house or whatever. And if not, I may have to record them tomorrow. So that's going to be it for this. And I will talk to you guys in the very next episode, you guys. Bye.